Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And as your wise man, I'm here to bestow upon you the wisdom that you're listening to Punks Talk Wrestling.
Welcome to Punks Talk Wrestling! On this episode, we officially begin our road to WrestleMania as we talk about everything that's happened in Indianapolis, Indiana at this year's Royal Rumble. I am R.W. Hellborn, the PA Rock Prince, hailing quote-unquote from Philly! And I am one half of the Crown, which is one half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion Host of the world. Now, then, and forever by my side, 3,500 miles away in London, England. He is my tag team podcast partner. He is the other half of the Crown, which is the other half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion Host of the world, Mr. Did You Know, Sir King of Reels, the proper prick, C.J. Newman!
Oh, man. Isn't it great to be back, huh? Did you know that the first ever Royal Rumble, as we all know, was in 1998? No, 1998? No, it wasn't. It was 1988, which came from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, which was won by Jim Duggan, as we all know, right? That's what we think anyway, right? Well, I'll tell you something. The first ever Royal Rumble actually happened at a house show in 1987, October 4th, 1987, at a house show in St. Louis, Missouri, and it was a 12-man Royal Rumble. So in this event, it wasn't like a normal Battle Royal, which we were used to. Everyone was coming out at different intervals, and it was won by the one-man gang. Eliminating the Junkyard Dog, and it was to earn a WWF World Heavyweight Championship match against Hulk Hogan the following month at another house show in St. Louis. So they were kind of running their own kind of storyline within the St. Louis house show circuit, I guess. But there is no story to this, but you got to only think that this was like 5 months removed, 3 or 4 months removed from the actual Royal Rumble events. You got to think that this was probably the little trial test to see how it worked.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh,
did you know that?
That's it. I did not know that, actually. I didn't know that at all. I thought the
one-man gang, I can assure you that the one-man gang definitely did face Hulk Hogan at the house show the next month, but he definitely didn't win because he never became WWE champion.
That is correct. Yeah, the one-man gang is a 0-time heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
But it was probably a really good match. It's probably really fun.
Maybe. At least for a house show in St. Louis, Missouri in 1987.
Yeah, I mean, but it's probably interesting to, like, I would love to know if any video footage of that actually exists somewhere. I mean, you know, they were filming. I mean, it was 87. WrestleMania had already happened, so it's not like
there was weekly TV for sure. I don't know if they were filming house shows back then. At least not a random house show in St. Louis, Missouri. But they might have filmed the original 12-man Royal Rumble.
Yeah, like that would be like, I would love to see that match if that exists anywhere.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool. It'd be really cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if anybody out there knows of the existence of any footage of that 12-man. I guess it wasn't did they call it? But they didn't call it a Royal Rumble, did they?
I don't know. It seems to have. I don't know if they called it a Royal Rumble per se, but it was definitely looks like a trial for a Royal Rumble. But definitely people came out at separate intervals. Yeah, actually, I've just found a poster. This is really fucking cool. World Wrestling Federation this Sunday, October 4th, 7:30 p.m. at the Kiel Auditorium. For the first time in wrestling history, a 12-man Royal Rumble. The Rumble starts with 2 men in the ring. One is added every 2 minutes. Entrants are eliminated by being thrown over the top rope, with the lone survivor left in the ring as the winner.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just literally found the poster from the actual event, which is pretty cool.
That'd be a good reel.
That would be a good reel. Maybe it will be a reel.
Maybe it will be a reel. You know what else is real?
What's that?
That we're back, baby. We're back.
Yeah, we are.
It's really real. It's been back.
It's real.
It's been.
Happening.
There's a whole lot that's happening, and we already talked about some of it, so we won't talk about it again. Because you'll get to hear it as we talk about it
right now. Yeah, because editing.
Anyway, good things moving.
How the hell was tour? Yeah, tell me that.
Dude, tour with the Rumors. Yeah, so this was one of the reasons we were off for most of the month. We as you may have listened, as you may have heard, the episodes that we aired in January, right after the Raw debut, we had pre-taped 2 episodes
with your audio in stereo.
Yeah, I totally whiffed something with that. So thanks for sticking with us, hanging in there. Our audio issues have been resolved, hopefully. I did a test and it sounded good. So, yeah, man, the tour was great. This tour, the Rumors were supporting the Coffin Cats, which are like a psychobilly band. If you're familiar, if any of our listeners are not familiar, go check out the Coffin Cats with a K in Coffin and K in Cats.
Sweet.
I guess they did it, to be cool. It looks cooler, I guess. But no, man, it was really good for the band. Really good. The Rumors got in front of a lot of new eyes. We had people at every show coming up saying this is the first time they heard them and they freaking loved them. They really put on a great performance. Speaking of music videos, I'm working on a music video for them as well for one of the songs on their new on their album Killer Be Killed, the title track Killer Be Killed.
Sweet.
We've got some things in common here with our video production future. So yeah, hey man, if you run into production, into a production slog and need some extra assistance, give me a call.
Well, hell yeah.
Obviously
Believe me, I'm looking for work anywhere at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Same thing. If I get stuff, I'll be like, hey man, I got this project. You guys want to help me with this?
Damn right.
That's what we do. We help each other out. We're gonna take the world by storm from 3,500 miles away from each other. As we do. This is a big fucking year, man. This is a big year for everybody that's involved with us in some way.
Let's fucking hope so. I found out the other day that apparently this year is the year of the snake in the Chinese New Year, and I was born in the year of the snake, which means it's meant to be a lucky year for me.
Oh shit! What years? I don't know anything about the Chinese years.
So wait, what year were you born?
I was born in 1977.
Chinese New Year, 1977. Let's find out.
It'd be funny if we're both snakes. I think I'm like a wolf or something.
Year of the snake.
I am a year of the snake.
Yes,
no
you
shit.
are. That means that in this year, 2025 is the year of the snake, so it's meant to be a good year for us, dude.
Holy shit! Well, hey, man, happy year of the snake.
Happy year of the snake
To you.
and happy lucky new year to us.
This makes it makes all the sense. It makes
Hell
all
yeah.
the sense that you and I are both snakes.
Couple of snakes.
Couple of fucking snakes in the grass here,
Yeah.
just slithering around, getting
But
ourselves
in a good way. We're not sneaky.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we're not
Oh
snakes.
yeah, no, we're not bad snakes. We're
Yeah, you
like,
can trust us.
we're
We're good
cool.
snakes.
Yeah, we're cool, good snakes.
We're kind of
the
like
ones
Santino Morella's snake. Harmless.
Exactly. We're like the Cobra. We're like Santino Morella's Cobra. Shout out to TNA general manager Santino Morella too. That I'll tell you what, man. I'm so happy that I've watched so much more wrestling now. You know, I've been able to check out TNA fairly regularly. I catch up on TNA at least every other week.
I feel like I honestly I have no idea how to watch it in the UK, and I probably should look into that.
From that website.
What website?
I watch it. I don't know.
Oh,
There's a
that website. I know what you're talking about.
There's
Wink.
a website that some people can
Wink.
watch things from. Wink, wink. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I do
haven't
it.
Divulged into it, but I do keep up with what happens there through their social media. I guess
Yeah.
before we get onto like the big news, talking about the Rumble, which is what the plan is today.
Yeah.
I think
but we can talk about.
since we last spoke, WWE and TNA announced their partnership with each other, which is huge.
Official partnership, yeah.
Yeah,
Just open borders. Open
yeah,
borders
it's crazy.
between TNA and
Crazy.
WWE.
Crazy world we're living in.
And we saw, we saw a little bit of that in the Royal Rumble.
We did. We'll
big,
get to that.
a big little bit of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll totally get to that when we get to the matches themselves. But yeah, this is so far everything that we've seen has been phenomenal. I mean, they've been teased a working relationship last year with a lot of the crossovers that happened. We saw Jordan Grace, she made her debut at last year's Royal Rumble when she was the TNA Knockouts champion at the time.
And she is now signed with the WWE a few days before the Rumble.
She is officially a member of the WWE roster. It's fantastic. I have a feeling that we're going to see her in NXT. I don't know that they've officially announced where she's going.
Yeah,
yet.
they haven't announced. I don't know. I'm going to guess so. I mean, obviously, it seems like most of the partnership between WWE and TNA will be like it has been between the NXT and TNA roster. I'm going to guess that the last few months with them like doing that a lot is kind of like a vetting period to see whether they would sign a deal with each other. But I'm sure we're going to see, more. Hopefully, I'd love to see Matt and Jeff on WWE TV again. It also opens up the door for them to be put in the Hall of Fame as well. Now that they're under contract with another company, but they're in business with that company. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. We could see some. I mean, there are so many potential insane ideas that could happen.
It opens up a lot of possibility.
Looking at, and I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's a lot of TNA superstars, TNA wrestlers, TNAers. I don't know what they call. I don't know what they call themselves. I don't think they use the term superstars. I don't even know if WWE doesn't really.
I think they're just wrestlers.
Yeah. I think they're just TNA wrestlers.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of former WWE stars.
There's a lot, yeah.
That are in TNA and have been for a while, which makes me instantly think, how long has this been going on? It was really, really interesting seeing how many people went from left WWE and went to TNA.
Yeah.
Are still there and now could potentially. I mean, Nick and Ryan Nemeth are facing the Fraxium for the NXT tag team titles.
Yeah, so that's Dolph Ziggler facing current WWE talent in
for a
TNA.
WWE Championship in TNA, which
That's
is
hilarious.
wild.
And another one
mean,
which is quite funny is this AJ Francis, which is Top Dollar, who obviously got released and now he's in TNA.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like you've got Brian Myers is over there. You've got Matt Cardona. There's a lot of
I mean Matt Cardona's everywhere.
Yeah,
but he's consistently. That's another. I mean, Matt Cardona's the wild card of everything because he just shows up anywhere.
he can literally be anywhere. Yeah,
Yeah, he could be here right now.
he could be.
We could, if he was, we probably legally couldn't talk about it.
No, probably not.
And no,
And it would kind of seem like we kind of took him, hostage or something.
right. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah.
because why would he be at either of our houses?
Yeah, he has
Right
more
now.
likely chance of being at yours than mine. But
Probably, yeah. Being in America,
yeah,
but you never
That
know.
helps.
He's everywhere. He's always ready.
yeah.
He's always ready. We'll get that'll be maybe that's a goal. Maybe that's a goal for this year. We need to get some. We need to get some more interviews. With
Yeah, I
people.
mean, if we can do that, that'd be amazing.
Put something out there into the world. We can get that moving. Yeah, we've got a lot of things. We got a lot of things on our 2025 bucket list to accomplish this year.
Yeah, definitely.
With this podcast, and I think we're just gonna do them. We're just gonna do everything.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna do it all.
And on that note, how's about we talk about Royal Rumble 2025?
First, before we even get into the information, I mean, I've got it pulled up. Let's talk about the poster. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble
it's a cool poster,
promotional poster. It is a cool poster, except it's got some glaring things about it that are questionable. Mainly the fact that Gunther, Rhea Ripley, and Solo Sikoa are on the poster but did not appear in the event at all.
That's true. I mean, I can give a pass.
That's always weird.
I can give a pass to Gunther and Rhea because they are champions, and obviously the Rumble is for their championships. But Solo, yeah, totally.
Oh yeah,
No
it was.
reason why he should
It's
be.
always weird. I mean, I know. Obviously, card is subject to change, but it's always odd to me. It's just odd when you see people on the promo poster that didn't have anything to do with the event.
Yeah.
And like they could have, with the way our digital media and everything works, like they could have updated that. I mean, it's one of those little nitpicky things. I've always got to find, WWE is so good at everything that they do. There has to be a kink in the armor somewhere.
Yeah.
And it usually falls on the poster having a superstar that doesn't appear in the event.
Right.
That's like one of the last glaring things that my OCD brain will always take note of. But it's great. I mean, I love, it's a well-designed artwork.
Yeah,
like
it's a really cool
have.
poster for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some. Oh, well, no, I won't because I just crossed off the damn tab. Give me a second here.
Yo.
What a snafu.
Get it back.
All right, here we go. So, 2025 Royal Rumble, also promoted as the Royal Rumble Indianapolis, came live from the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana, marking it's the first Royal Rumble to not take place during the month of January. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah. February 1st.
Just barely just outside of January, being in February 1st.
Which all makes sense considering they had the Netflix premiere at the beginning of January. They had a Saturday night's main event.
Needed a bit of time, and you also I think it makes sense because you've got that it spreads it out a bit more evenly with Elimination Chamber coming between now and WrestleMania as well. I think it's a good spread.
I think so. I don't think there was, I don't even think there was people on the internet saying stupid things like they normally do about it being in February.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in February. It's not in January. How could they? No, people didn't even care about that. I mean, because the internet whining community had plenty of other things to constantly complain about. They didn't bother, complaining about the Royal Rumble being in February.
Yeah.
We'll get into we won't even get into what it'll probably come up because whenever I get fired up I gotta gotta let loose.
We've got so it's in the Lucas Oil Stadium. It actually marks this Royal Rumble as being the first Royal Rumble to be held in a football stadium. I think the last few times they've been in a stadium, they've been baseball stadiums, so that's interesting.
Correct.
And also, it is the largest attended Royal Rumble in history at 70,347 people.
Yes.
So again,
and that number is definitely including all of the staff and people in attend. The attendance is the number of people in the building.
Yeah.
Not the number of tickets sold. The tickets, I mean, I believe they said something about like
it was 65,000. Yeah.
Yeah, because also that takes into account comped tickets.
Yeah, and I have seen a few people moaning about this, but listen, why are WWE going to lie about 5,000 people? 65,000 and 70,000 people, both are impressive. It doesn't matter which one it is.
It is because you know what? People can complain about it, but they're just ignoring the literal language. This is what we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
We've mentioned words matter. The words that you use to describe things matter. It is technically correct. The attendance is the amount of people in the building. That includes Michael Cole is one of those 70,347. Roman Reigns is one of those 70,347.
Yeah, and when you've got all of the talent, all of the production crew, all of the riggers, all of the press, all of the it adds up.
Which also makes it impressive when you think there are literally thousands of people
that go into putting
thousands.
An event on like this. Yeah, all of the staff that work at the stadium. Security, stewards.
Yeah. Now the guys outside in the parking garage, directing traffic. They probably weren't counted amongst those because they were not in the building.
But you never know. They might have been in the premises.
You never know. Maybe they did. They might have to come. They might have to come in the building to clock in.
Yeah, you go. Right.
They might count. Well, we'll get. You know what? We'll get Danny the Brain Bauman on that.
Yeah, to fact check on that one a little bit.
Fact check exactly who gets counted in the attendance.
And before we get into the matches, just another little quick fact here. I didn't even know this until just now. This was both the longest women's and men's Royal Rumble matches in history. The women's Royal Rumble match rocked in at 1 hour, 7 minutes and 47 seconds. And the men's was a huge 1 hour, 20 minutes and 15 seconds. And if I'm not mistaken, the Royal Rumble always being the longest match normally. This might be the longest WWE.
No, that's got to be longer. It's got to be longer than that.
What, 1 hour, 20 minutes?
Right? No. 1 hour. The women's Rumble. What was the time?
1 hour, 7 minutes.
No, it's got to be longer than that because that was Roxanne Perez's. Roxanne Perez was in the Rumble for 1 hour, 7 minutes and 47 seconds, and she was number 3.
Hold on here.
Which means she came out after a minute. So it's got to be at least 1 hour and 8 minutes.
Oh right, yeah, you're right. That's a.
But that's a record.
I messed that up. So the Women's Royal Rumble was 1 hour, 10 minutes and 20 seconds.
There we go.
You're right. That was
her
time. I just misread. It doesn't. I don't know whether that's the longest women's Rumble of all time, but that's definitely the longest men's Rumble. But being the fact that it is 1 hour, 20 and 15 seconds, that probably is likely the longest WWE match in history.
Yeah. Because there's never been any other match, a 1 hour Iron Man match is 1 hour.
Yeah, unless it goes to overtime, and that's only normally ever like 5 to 10 minutes. So
And that's only I think that's only ever happened.
So I think
once.
we just witnessed the longest match in WWE history.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We're gonna go with that. We're going with that.
Wow.
Long. Anybody else? If anybody can corroborate or what's the opposite of that?
Prove
If
us
anybody
wrong.
Prove us wrong. Yeah. Prove us surprised.
And I would like to be,
let's do it.
if there is another match out there longer than, not in outside the company. I know that there have been some company. I know GCW during the pandemic did a charity event where they did a match for like 4 hours or something like that. That makes like two wrestlers wrestled for like 4 hours. But like
that's wild. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so that's cool. But inside of the WWE, like I don't think there's ever been a longer match than this. So
no, but if you think there is, tell us.
Yeah, because I really would
in the
like
comments
to know.
on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Threads at Punks Talk Wrestling, or go to our YouTube at at youtube.com/Punks Talk Wrestling, or sign up to our Patreon at patreon.com/Punks Talk Wrestling. Tell us there too.
All the shout outs.
Anyway,
you got a bunch of
before we
on-screen
get into
personnel to tell me about.
I do have a bunch of on-screen personnel. You know who we've got on the English commentators? We've got Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and Wade Barrett. Look at Wade Barrett getting a major pay-per-view.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy going on with Corey Graves. I mean, he's been put on NXT, and he had a little something
we'll
to
get
stay
in.
on social
we'll
media.
definitely.
So
we're definitely going to get into that at some point when all that work pays off.
Yeah, something's happening.
Corey Graves. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Spanish commentators Marcelo Rodriguez and Jerry Soto. Ring announcer Alicia Taylor
Did a great job.
Referees Danilo and she did. Yeah, she did a great job. Start that. Referees: Danilo Amphibio, Sean Bennett, Jessica Carr, Dan Engler, Daphne Lee, Sean, Eddie Arango, Chad Patton, Charles Robinson, Ryan Tran, and Rod Zapata.
All the referees got used.
Interviews by, every single. I think that's every single referee.
It has to be. I guess they were all at ringside for watching the eliminations.
Right, and we'll get into we'll get into it later. But let's just nip this in the bud right now. The referee's decision is always final, ladies and gentlemen. The referee's decision is always final, and if the referee says only 1 foot touched,
then only 1 foot touched.
Then only 1 foot touched.
And if
I don't care what you think you saw.
And if you say it's not realistic, then you clearly haven't watched English football, where they do video replays and they still fuck up. Referees
and they just ignore it.
Yeah, and they just ignore
and
it.
They look straight at it and be like, nope.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Interviews by Kathy Kelly and Byron Saxton. By the way, let's just take a moment. I think we need to take a minute here and appreciate the what Kathy Kelly is bringing to the internet, which is just straight up fire. Kathy Kelly is out here turning up the heat, and it's January and she's just making everyone sweat. Shout out to Kathy Kelly just for being bold. The Lois Lane inspired outfit. Goddamn, Kathy Kelly.
You're okay there?
And Byron Saxton too. Hey man, Byron Saxton looks good all the time. Byron Saxton
looks great.
Smile, dude. Byron Saxton, I'm like, for real, man. Anytime you see him, he's never not just happy to be where he is. Like, he loves being Byron Saxton, and he should. He's a good looking dude. Got a great smile. Like, his dentist should be really proud of his. He keeps his teeth, pearly white and beautifully in line.
He always wears great suits. He's always got good suits.
Dude, he's so sharp.
He's sharp as hell.
So sharp. Pre-show panel by Jackie Redmond, Big E, Joe Tessitore, Peter Rosenberg, and Bubba Ray Dudley.
Yeah.
Bubba Ray Dudley on the pre-show panel. Just showing up for things randomly, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know what. You know what? Let me just click on this right now because I'm not really sure what his.
Well, you know what I've noticed? Since There you go. It looks like they're signed under a Legends contract currently, but
he's got a legend. He's got the Legends deal,
I will
so he
say
can just show
that
up
since Triple H has taken over, there's a lot of wrestlers that are appearing on TV, be it one-off or pre-shows, that aren't actually signed to the WWE. They're just there on a one-off payment kind of situation, which I think is quite cool.
They just show. It's just like, hey man, you want to come to the Rumble and talk on the pre-show panel?
And what I also love about the pay-per-views at the moment,
why wouldn't you?
Is we had it with Netflix and we had it with the Rumble, but there's always be it celebrities or Hall of Famers, like they show them in the front row and everything like that. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a really cool way of just giving it a really quick nod to some Hall of Famers. Like at the Rumble, we had like Ron Simmons, Rick Steiner, and stuff like that.
Also, both Bubba Ray and Devon have a big history in TNA as well.
They do, yeah.
So that's pretty good. And Bubba Ray's got he's got his own podcast.
He does, and Devon has his own now as well.
Yeah, I just saw Devon. I got halfway through the Devon on Taker's podcast. I've been binging a lot of interviews and podcast interviews. I think I mentioned to you and Danny the Brain yesterday. I was watching any interview with the Wise Man. I've just been ingesting as much as possible. I'll tell you what, man. His pre-Rumble interview with Logan Paul.
Oh yeah,
was phenomenal.
Great. That was great.
Was phenomenal. The other one, CM Punk on the Pat McAfee show.
I haven't yet to watch that.
McMahon.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon. I see. Yeah,
Stephanie McMahon is great. These guys are out here. These guys are out here putting in so much work, getting so many eyes on the product.
And it's a really cool time as well because, unlike in history. We have wrestlers go on and have interviews. Like the curtain's fully back now, near enough. Like they'll go in these interviews and talk clearly that they're playing a role. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Triple H came out and just said it at the one press conference or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, man, we're not hiding what we do and who we are.
Yeah.
Like this is. And they've been working towards ever since they started the press conferences stuff last year.
Yeah.
They've been slowly pulling it back, and I'm glad they did it. And I'm glad they did it over the course of time and transition into this new era.
Yeah.
They've been executing with just precision marketing. Everything is
And I
think
by marketing themselves as exactly what it is, I think it helps people that don't watch wrestling take it a little bit more seriously because wrestling isn't taking itself too seriously in this aspect that they're pretending that it's real.
But you know what else they're doing when they've always been good at it. I mean, they did like people you want to poo-poo it or whatever, when they changed the names from professional wrestlers to sports entertainers.
Yeah.
Or
wrestlers to superstars,
Yeah. But what you can't do is say that it didn't work in separating them from everyone else.
Yeah.
We're putting ourselves we are making sure you understand we're not like everyone. We are different.
Yeah.
In a way that, because what we are trying to present is more than just in-ring fighting. If all it was, and it's great the places that do it, that's what they focus on. The only thing that matters is what happens in between the ropes, and you just want to put two guys out there, and you just want to run around and have a match with no story or build-up or no cohesive anything. It's fine. You like that's great for people that love that shit. But I love the separation of this into its own. It's the WWE universe is its own universe. That's why I thought the Universal title was such an interesting use of language.
Yeah.
Because they were separating themselves from. They were literally separating themselves from the rest of the world of professional wrestling.
They were taking a bit from Marvel there and putting everything in its own universe.
Yeah, it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
It is it's theater.
Yeah.
And it's okay for it to be that. And I understand why certain people don't like it, and that's fine. Just don't watch it and shut the fuck up.
But I think that's
you can't.
You know what I do notice, like now, like if I mention to someone that doesn't watch wrestling that I do watch wrestling, I don't get the same response that I used to anymore. The response I get now is just like, okay, cool, like, or that no one considers it.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's considered a lot cooler now to watch. I think wrestling is definitely a lot cooler.
Oh, it certainly is. But there's still this weird subsection of people who just don't get it. And you know what? And Triple H, I think it was Triple H. No, it was Stephanie. It was Stephanie on the Pat McAfee show that mentioned like that you hear when people talk about whenever you hear somebody make just a random comment on social media of like, it's all fake, right? And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Yeah, man, I'm 47 years old.
I'm fully aware.
Like, I know. I'm fully aware of what it is. I've been fully aware of what it is for decades. Like, you're not
surprising me.
You're not surprising. Oh my God, what? Are you telling me that you telling me the Undertaker's not really a dead guy? And these guys, like, come on, like, it just what she says is like it just shows their own ignorance.
Yeah.
In that you don't know, you really just don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And I think we've finally gotten to this point where we just flat out ignore those people. We just shut them down. Like it doesn't affect. You're not being clever or funny. You're just being dumb.
Exactly.
You're literally just being stupid. You're showing your own ass when you say stupid shit like that.
Exactly.
But man, it's great. It's great. I don't know why we went off. I went on a tangent. Anyway, first match of the night is the Women's Royal Rumble.
That's right. What are we saying about this?
Ooh.
I mean,
What do we want? Yeah. How do we want? We just want to go. I mean, we want to just go down the entrance. What's it overall?
Just do an overall. I think we'll be here all day if we went through every single entrant. But I'm gonna have the thing open here so I can see who came in.
Yeah.
But I think I might have enjoyed. As a whole, I enjoyed the Women's Royal Rumble more than I actually enjoyed the men's. But I think my excitement levels peaked more in the last 20 minutes of the Men's Royal Rumble. But I think this match was better and more enjoyable overall. It just entertained kind of solidly all throughout. And I think that was just a big thanks to people like Chelsea Green, who literally gave so much entertainment for like the first half an hour of that match. She is fucking brilliant.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't care what anyone says. Did you watch Raw last night?
I've seen Raw besides the very, very end. I literally got the last match to watch.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, but you saw the altercation with Rhea Ripley and Io.
I did with Charlotte, yeah.
Then okay.
Oh, and Io.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
The Rhea accidentally disqualifying her.
I did see that.
There's a lot of going back to Chelsea Green Chelsea Green got inadvertently eliminated by her
partner,
teammate Piper Niven, and yes, there's been quite a few of those things happening, and that's okay. Like there's so much chaos going on that it is understandable that friends have accidentally hit each other and like caused problems. That's not a problem. Like I saw people complaining about Rhea disqualifying Io, or getting Io disqualified, and like, oh, everybody's just accidentally hitting their friends. Like, So what? Yeah, it happens. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, especially in the Royal Rumble match. Come on, like that happens every year. Jey Uso inadvertently eliminated Sami Zayn. That's his friend. He didn't mean to do it, but as they always say every year with the Royal Rumble, like it's every man for themselves or every woman for themselves.
Every man for themselves, and shit happens. And like, why I know I say this. I'm like, why are you nitpicking that when I'm the one nitpicking the poster? But see, that's different. I'm different because I have the microphone. But also, that's a thing that you can actually change. Like you could. I'm only making a constructive criticism on something that can be done.
Right.
That's all part of. It's all part of the story.
Yeah.
And, you know, that inadvertent eliminations happen. It's cool. It's not a big deal. You don't have to get, so upset about it. It was good. I think that's going to set up. That might set up a great something great between EO and Rhea Ripley.
Well, yeah.
Like, let's see that match. Let's see. Like EO should be pissed.
Exactly.
And she should take it out. I think she should take it out on Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I mean, end of the day, when you've got a little, there's two friends, there's no issue there, but it's just like, some things like that can set the seed for something even in a year from now. Like if you just
they also sold it real. They sold it so well.
Sold it so well, yeah. But the women's Royal Rumble. I mean, we had much more than the men's. We had a lot more. We had like 5 superstars from NXT. We had 2 Hall of Famers.
Right, we had 0 NXT superstars.
0 in the actual men's Royal Rumble.
Men's.
Yeah, but we had
which was crazy.
We had Roxanne Perez, Lash Legend, Jada Parker, Stephanie Vecchia, and Julia all in the women's Royal Rumble.
Huge showing from NXT women.
Yeah.
We also had Alexa Bliss returned.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And the best Michael Cole quote of the night when he just like jumps up and shouts, "But the internet told me she wasn't coming back."
I didn't even hear that. That's amazing.
Oh, you missed that part?
Totally
oh God, yeah.
That.
I think oh yeah. Oh, he was what I love that. Like that was just brilliant.
That's such a good line.
The internet told me she wasn't coming back. Oh, fuck. Well, here's one thing. It was great seeing Trish Stratus. It's always great seeing Trish Stratus. Like, let's be honest. It's always good to have a Hall of Famer show up. It's always good. Me personally, I couldn't give 2 shits about the Bellas. Like, this is me personally. But yeah. I am a 47-year-old dude. You're a 37-year-old dude, right? You're 37.
36.
36.
Nearly.
Anyway, both of us, like, it's just not, the Bellas never were for me. So it's okay for me to not care about Nikki Bella, but obviously her pop was undeniable. If I'm certainly not a person that's going to deny what I see and hear with my own eyes and ears.
Oh, definitely. I just, I think with the Bellas, I think she represents a time in wrestling that we would all, very sorry for women's wrestling, that we would soon forget.
Yeah, and maybe that's also part of it. Like, it didn't resonate. Oh, it didn't resonate with me. That's fine. It doesn't have to. Not everything is for me. Not every single thing that happens in WWE has to be, exactly what I want it to be. I can still enjoy it. I'm still, Charlotte Flair is our winner. I think, I don't remember what we predicted. I know I wanted Bayley to be a 2-time winner. I wanted her to have,
my prediction was Charlotte Flair, but I did say caveat. I could see her winning it, but I didn't want her to win it.
Yeah, I also and I 100% understand why Charlotte won, because she is Charlotte Flair. Like,
but by the reaction of the crowd in Cleveland on Raw, it seems like I wasn't the only one that didn't really want her to win it.
Right, but also, but that is also what you are supposed to.
But I will say, I will say though, like, obviously she went out there and was trying to obviously cut a face promo, and by her reaction when she won the Rumble on Sunday, you would think that she was a face because everyone cheered. But I think they played her off as a face. But I think it seemed like to me that Charlotte on that promo on Raw she was playing
everybody.
I think she just turned heel on the fly. I think she went out there with the intention of cutting a bit of a face promo and quickly found out that she was going to get booed. So she just turned herself heel on a whim.
Well, and it would not surprise me if that was the plan.
Yeah.
And the plan being, go out, start with the face, start with the true. Happy to be back. The true what had happened, being gone and missing this and all that, because that is true.
Yeah.
And it's understandable, but also lean into it's Charlotte Flair, and people love to hate Charlotte Flair. People hate you said it right there. You can hate to love her, or you can love to hate her, but she is Charlotte Flair, and she is, whether you believe she is the best professional wrestler ever that she says, or if you just believe, or if you don't, like, she is one of the best. She is in the discussion of greatest performers of professional wrestling. What she does and what she can do in the ring is exceptional. And I used to be a big Charlotte Flair hater for quite a while, but it's just it's undeniable. And you can call it nepotism. You can there are certainly people online, especially on Threads, and where I'm primarily on Threads now for the most part. It's just a more healthy environment for me to be in, for the most part. Unless you get me on a Spotify rant, then some people don't really like me, which is fine. I'll heal out about it all the time. She's Charlotte Flair. Like,
I think you could have pulled the nepotism card if before, but I think too many years have passed now for it to be that. I think she's made a name for herself, and she's too big of a star. It's not nepotism when you're just that good. Yeah. Like, nepotism is giving someone who doesn't deserve it the spot and literally can't do it. Yeah. But yet they get it anyway. And it's just not true. It's just not true with Charlotte Flair. She has overcome the nepotism through her through her body of work. Yeah. Anyway, Charlotte Flair's your winner. She was in the match for 15 minutes and 4 seconds. She had 4 eliminations, the second largest number of eliminations of the night. Yeah. And Charlotte Flair's going to WrestleMania, and she's gonna. I don't know. Well, we don't know yet.
I love the fact that she's flat out said she's going to NXT tonight. She's going to SmackDown, and she's going to see who inspires her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love the promo that she cut with Rhea on Raw. Basically, just like, oh, you're still a kid, Oh, it was so good. I mean, it was good.
It was a good promo.
It was,
and also,
great.
Charlotte is the first ever 2-time Women's Royal Rumble winner as well.
Yep.
Because no one's done it 2 times before her.
Yep.
So.
Also, and again, as much as I wanted Bayley to win, there's a different story going. There's a different story that's going to go with her, and I think it'll still be centered around not winning this year, and more so winning last year, and not having a main event match. Yeah. There's a Bayley still has a lot to give to the WWE, and I'm excited to see it. Yeah, but I'm still I'll forever be a Bayley buddy. But
I haven't heard that in ages,
right? Anyway, congratulations, Charlotte Flair, winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble, one of the two Royal Rumbles.
Oh yeah. Next up, we had Motion City Machine Gun. I did it again.
You did it again, man. It's been a month, and you're still dead.
I did it again.
We're just gonna call them Motion City.
I'm just gonna call them Motion City Machine Guns from now on.
Yeah, from now on.
We saw the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY for the Tag Team Championships in a 2 out of 3 falls match. A good 14-minute long match here.
Yeah. Some people think that was too short for a 2 out of 3 falls. Some people might have.
I think on a card with a WWE Championship match and also two of the longest Royal Rumble matches of all time, I think it was honestly enough time for it.
Also, I would like people to go back and watch, classic 2 out of 3 fall matches and take a peek at some of their run times. It's 14 minutes is not really that short in comparison, and especially when you consider the type of match that you have to have for it to be a good 2 out of 3 falls match. And it was a great 2 out of 3 falls match in comparison to 2 out of 3 falls matches.
Yeah.
Look at it for what it is, not for what it's not.
Right.
The first fall, the fake out tag with Gargano and Ciampa. I know it was fast. I know it was, some people might have overlooked it, but that was a genius move. Like that's
good tag team wrestling. That's what it is.
That's great tag team wrestling. It's something that you don't see.
Yeah.
And they pulled, and it was a quick, pulled the wool over him. The end result with the Street Profits getting involved and essentially causing Motor City Machine Guns to lose just so that because they want to beat DIY. I mean, you can think one way or another about it, but I think it was a creative way of reintroducing Street Profits as heels, like straight up, like in a way they're heels, but they're also fighting the other heels now.
Right.
Like they're just fuck you, fuck everybody. Like fuck all y'all. Like and I dig it because they're doing what I think people wanted them to do when they teamed up with Bobby Lashley momentarily, and that just didn't work.
Yeah.
Now they can finally just be ruthless, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm looking forward to a new heel championship run by those guys. Like Street Profits have been putting in a lot of good work over the years, and they definitely
need a fresh coat of paint. So this is probably quite this is kind of what they need, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I haven't got too much to say about that match. It was a good match.
It was a great match.
Next up was Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the
Undisputed
WWE Championship in a ladder match. Yeah, great match.
Yeah.
Which ended up there were some really brutal spots in this match.
Yeah,
definitely.
Dude, those dudes know how to sell spots.
I know,
I mean,
right?
Kevin Owens knows how to make things look painful. I mean, they are painful. I mean, they're both, but devastating.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy. Like Kevin Owens, like to a lesser extent, obviously, but he kind of reminds me in ways of Mick Foley because I feel like he can just throw himself at these really crazy bumps, but never really get hurt that badly.
He's got a little extra cushion. Let's just be like, it's okay.
Cushion for the pushing.
Little extra cushion for the spot pushing.
Yeah, he did the. That's such a good way of putting it. Yeah, the superplex off the top rope onto the ladder, which kind of knocked out both Kevin and Cody, which brought out all of the doctors and everything. That was cool.
I do love seeing like the extra bounce. Granted, I'm not gonna say, oh, it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt as nearly as much because like the ring rope bounces so it cushions the fall. I'm like, yeah, it does. But you're still fucking
like
hitting.
hell,
You're still hitting a ladder with parts of your body at a speed that you shouldn't be hitting a ladder with those parts of your body.
You shouldn't be hitting your body with a ladder in the first place.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. Yeah, your body shouldn't be hitting ladders. It hurt. But it's great that they can find ways to make spots look more devastating and do them in the safest possible ways. Like I mean the last spot, the Alabama Slam through the ladder, like with Kevin Owens just crumpling in half, like. There, I know. Yes, I know that hurts. I know that hurts so much.
Yeah.
But the way they did it, to be able to do it in the safest possible way and still make it look as devastating as it does,
yeah, like absolutely brutal.
Just fucking genius, man. Like these guys are just fucking geniuses of pain.
Yeah.
Man,
the Alabama Slam onto the ladder at the end was absolutely like I don't know how you take anything like that. I don't know how you basically nearly land on top of your head.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had some color in that. We had a bit of blood and.
Fuck, man. It's hard to talk about. I wish you had seen the end of Raw.
Oh yeah, well, I've got half an hour more to watch, so
yeah. Well, we'll talk about we'll bring it back. Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
We'll bring it back next week. Yeah, but
we'll bring it back next week.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving Kevin Owens at the moment. He's just being brutal. He's being ruthless. He's being the Kevin Owens that we got when he debuted in NXT, when he attacked Sami Zayn. That was peak Kevin Owens from the get-go.
Yeah,
and he's ruthless.
Sure was.
And yeah, oh boy, I feel like I've got something in store for myself when I finish.
I feel like you've got something in. So I know, man. I'm sorry. My laughing. I shouldn't be laughing as much. I don't want to. I don't want to inadvertently. I'm sorry. I mean, I can't. It's hard. It's hard not to. I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right. Great match.
Cody Rhodes is still
Cody idea
Rhodes still
now
your undisputed champion.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's get to my favorite match of the night, for obvious reasons.
The men's Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah, of course, it's the best match. I mean, it is hard for me not to say that the Royal Rumble match is not my favorite match every year. Like,
I think it's just in its own because it doesn't compare up to any other match. Because it's so unique, and it's not like a pinfall. Match. It's not a singles match. Like it kind of goes with its own territory. It is one of any wrestling fan's favorite night of the year. It's super fun to watch. Like even Heather actually, she was saying like she's obviously not a wrestling fan, but like she was like if she was ever to go to the States to see any pay-per-view or PLE, it would be the Royal Rumble because it's just a fun event. It's just fun.
Well, hey man, I mean, I would not be surprised if we see a Royal Rumble in London.
It
soon.
kind of needs to happen. We're the only thing that's royal going on in the world at the moment. We've got a royal family, damn it. Why should we have a Royal Rumble?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know where next year. I think next year's already been confirmed.
I think next year is confirmed. I think. Let me just check that. But it would be the first.
Oh yes,
next
year. Next year the Royal Rumble's in Riyadh.
Oh
we get that's right. We get Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia next year. I don't care what I really don't care what anybody says about it. The shows are great and it's great for the fans of Saudi Arabia. I honestly
don't care as long as these shows aren't happening in North Korea and maybe Russia. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
They can happen anywhere they want.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a couple of places where they probably can't have I don't want to have the Royal Rumble in Antarctica. Like that would be good.
Fair. Although some kind of event in Antarctica, I wouldn't be against it. It would be quite fun to watch.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if any wrestling company has ever done that before.
I don't think it's possible. I don't know that there's Yeah, I
It's
mean,
possible.
that would be.
Metallica did a gig, and Metallica played a show in Antarctica.
Oh, that's right, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
I mean,
the
if
only band in
Metallica
the world to ever play every continent in the world. So
That's right. That is right. They did just to do it.
WWE should do one show there to be the only wrestling company to ever hold an event on every continent in the world.
Yeah. Has WWE held a major event in South? They haven't done South America yet. I mean, they've done tours of South America.
Oh yeah,
before.
but they've held an event, be it a house show or it doesn't matter. Like
Sure,
they've
yeah,
held
that's true.
an event. I'm pretty sure they've held an event in every continent in the world besides Antarctica.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't remember but I'm pretty sure they've been to Brazil. You know.
Oh, they've been to plenty. Yeah, they've been to
Chile.
South America plenty. They've been
Yeah.
to obviously Asia plenty.
Yeah.
Europe.
Obviously Australia.
Yeah, North America. Obviously.
I'm pretty sure they've been to Africa.
I'm pretty I'll have to check that. I'm gonna have to check that, but I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the Rumble match. Yeah, we starting off the Rumble with the two greatest luchadors of all time. Rey
yeah,
Mysterio
what a way to
and
start. I was
Man.
obviously, as I said, I watched this Royal Rumble with Heather, and obviously, explaining who Penta was, and I was like, he's like the modern day Rey Mysterio, and like everyone really wants to see him versus Rey Mysterio.
But he's also kind of like he's got an evil like. I watched a documentary on him too, where they talked about like his whole character arc in Lucha Underground with Vampiro, and if you notice, he brought back the sacrifice, the arm breaker move, which he calls the sacrifice. That was a big thing in Lucha Underground, where basically he was just going around breaking everybody's arms. That was part of his thing. Great to see that, man. Yeah, and Penta was in the Rumble for 42 minutes and 5 seconds. He was eliminated by Finn Balor.
Yeah, he was the Iron Man
of
the Royal Rumble match this year, which is great for him.
Like I said, I don't know what people think they saw, but the referee saw one foot hit the ground.
That's it. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
That's all that matters. Even Michael Cole said it. He said it on air that the referees said that it was 1 foot, and that's all that matters. On Threads, I even told Lance Storm. I was talking to I wasn't talking to Lance Storm. I would comment Storm Wrestling Academy on Threads. By the way, if you're on Threads and you're not following Storm Wrestling Academy, go do it, because not only does he talk about wrestling, he's just a really cool dude. And just, has a lot of good, positive messages that he puts out in the world. He's a really, really like positive guy. So you should. But he talked about it a little bit, and I was just like, hey man, referee's decision is final. You know this, you know how it goes. It's the rule. It's the rules. Doesn't matter. Yeah, love that they instantly went into the storyline with Chad Gable and his hatred of luchadors.
That was well done.
Them versus, Carmelo Hayes isn't a luchador, but he's kind of a fast-paced flyer guy. Having Hayes, Santos Escobar, Penta, and Rey Mysterio all team up, all like beat down Chad Gable. That was pretty entertaining.
It was a well-written Rumble. We had Otis come out, who was obviously had his issue with Chad, so that was great.
Right, that was good.
Bron
good way of.
Breakker had like an all-time performance in this round. He's only in there for 22 minutes, but the things he did in this match.
Oh man,
I mean the spear he did on IShow Speed was.
Dude,
it's the most brutal spear I think I've ever seen in my life.
I was concerned. I was genuinely concerned for his well-being and his
it
ribs.
Looked like he got hit by a car. He actually looked like he got hit by a car.
He wasn't like, and it wasn't even straight on. Like he was, when he turned around.
Kind of sideways in his hip, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like he turned around like the long way, By the way, shout out to The Long Way, my solo single available anywhere that you can download.
Oh yeah, look at that. That was a smooth
Spotify.
plug right there.
Yeah, right. Just kind of slid that in. Yeah, he turned around. He was facing the hard camera, and then he turned clockwise. 270 degrees, and he didn't quite make the full rotation. He got hit like kind of in the side a little bit. Maybe that was.
Let me tell you something. In residential streets in the UK, the speed limit is 20 miles per hour because they say that anything over 20 miles per hour can kill someone if they get hit. And if he's running the ropes at 23 miles per hour, he got hit faster than the speed limit of residential areas in the UK.
The school zone in America is 15 miles an hour.
Right.
That's that's illegal. Like that he would get a
pulled over.
He would literally get pulled over and put in jail.
I guess you could say
if he was running that fast in a in a school zone.
I guess you could say that I Show Speed got shown speed, huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
I guess you could say that.
You could say that.
And then he got thrown onto the announcers table by Otis as well, and that was great.
Right, like it just
got worse.
And I don't even know why Otis was so mad about it. He was Otis was eliminated by because I guess he kind of got eliminated. Oh, that's right. He partially got eliminated by I Show Speed and Braun Breaker together.
Yeah. So he kind of caught him and then threw him. And Michael Cole was so good because you didn't see anything. You just heard him speaking, but he just went, "Are you okay, sir?" That's all he said.
Okay? Also the way that they had him enter by
that was genius. I loved it. I thought that was so
by
good.
having Tozawa get knocked out by Carmelo, and then following it, like we were talking, Bradley and I were talking about it on as it was coming, like why are they following him to the back? Like what's going on? Like
it got to a point after, just as he went past the curtain, I was like, nah, they've gone too far to the back now. Something's obviously happening.
Something's up. Yeah, something's up. And then you just see Triple H like, are you okay? Can you compete? And Akira's like nodding his head, but his eyes are completely glazed over, and he's like, no, you can't. You can't go. So, and they might have mentioned it, but he was literally live streaming at that time. Like he was live streaming in the back with Stephanie. Yeah. So just the pure fluidity of that liquid transition. I'm gonna start calling them liquid transitions. I'm coining that phrase right now.
And
liquid
that's
transition.
been the trademark production shot of the Triple H era is liquid I like
those
that.
Long,
liquid transitions.
Those long
shots when you come back from the break and it's like a one long shot for 2 minutes straight. It's great. I love
and he's
it.
just
So
go out
good.
there. You're in the Rumble now.
Yeah.
The only person to compete in the Royal Rumble in Crocs.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. We had Jacob Fatu in this match, who again had an incredible showing in this match.
Holy shit, dude! When he came out, I mean, the entire mood changed.
It did, and it's so crazy that this guy has been in the WWE for not that long, months, and he's already got this vibe about him. He is going to be a megastar.
Did you see the shot of the clip of him that's been making the rounds now of last year? Him in the crowd.
Him in the crowd.
Last year?
I
With his
did,
kids and just chanting and dancing to the Usos.
Yeah, what a guy, man.
Man,
And the thing is, he has got such a few. He's only 32 years old, and he is. He cuts a promo with so much passion, man. He is a star. He's so intense that every word he says, I believe everything he's saying.
Absolutely, dude. That is a man with conviction.
Yeah, and it's great. I kind of, in a way, feel bad for Solo, and this is not saying Solo is bad at what he does, but when you've got Jacob Fatu playing promos like that, it puts Solo in his shadow a little bit because he's got so much intensity.
And I think that, part of, I think they knew, I think they knew going for a while.
Yeah.
how over Jacob Fatu was. Instantly over. Instantly over. The moment he showed up, everyone lost their fucking minds.
I
and
wouldn't
it's just
be adverse
getting better
to
and better.
Solo versus Jacob at WrestleMania. I think that would be cool.
I think there's gonna I don't know what they're gonna do with Solo. But I think
he's disappeared. He hasn't been around for a couple of weeks.
I think
now.
it's smart, but I think that's smart. Like, you lost your bid to become the true tribal chief to Roman Reigns. And you just got to go away, like lick your wounds, and figure something out. I don't know where he goes from here. Yeah. You know what? I can tell you one place that he could go that would cause an insane amount of talk. And that's TNA.
That would be really cool, wouldn't it?
Just have Jake, and you can spin it any number of ways. You can spin it as him, as a heel. He got chased out of WWE by losing to, and now he's, and then let him run roughshod over, over TNA.
Yeah, have him face Joe Hendry for the TNA championship. Why not?
Like do something like. There's a number of things you could do with him, and still keep him and keep him looking strong.
Speaking of Joe Hendry,
Joe Hendry shows up number 15.
That was great. That's the first time a TNA men's world champion has turned up in the Rumble. We've had it the past few years where the women's have, but that was really cool. He got his moment there, and he got to face off against a lot of big stars.
Dude, when Joe with the Sheamus thing, like watching Joe Hendry and then getting mad at Jacob Fatu about
he was like he was telling you he was enjoying
like, I was enjoying that. Like, why did you catch him? Like, why are you so mad all the time? Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with you? Why are you so angry all the time? Dude, that was just some brilliant kind of it's not even behind the curtain. I don't even know what you call that. It's just spontaneous. Like, let's just play. Let's just have a moment here.
Yeah, it is. It's just ad-libbing. Honestly, I don't I highly doubt that moment was scripted. It's just a bit of fun, to be honest. And Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker is a match that needs to happen. Like, those two.
Dude, they keep. I mean, you saw them just look at each other, and they wouldn't but they won't let them touch. Like, no, they didn't. I don't think they laid hands on each other that whole match.
I don't think they
either.
did. I think it got stopped before it could happen.
Every time they got close, it got stopped. They know exactly what they're doing. They're just They're just staring a fucking hole.
But they had, the Royal Rumble was good for that. You can have a lot of face-offs in a match, and you can get a good reaction from a crowd. I mean, I think we had Braun Breaker and a Roman Reigns face-off at one point, so...
Complete backup, rewind. I just want to go back to the Women's Royal Rumble for a moment and give some credit, and give some additional credit to Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Her kicking Lyra Valkyria into the corner...
Yeah,
and then moving all the action over to the other end of the ring while she was having that wardrobe malfunction to allow people to
that was brilliant.
Fix it.
Yeah, very good job. Yeah,
that's a brilliant level of. I don't know if that was her idea or if someone if someone made that call and told her to do it. Whatever, whoever made that call to make that happen, that awareness.
To me, by watching it, what it looked like is Liv Morgan noticed it and was just like, I just need to take her out into the corner so she can get herself sorted out. That was exactly what she did.
Yep. Anyway, I just wanted to make a note of that, because that kind of stuff happens, and you don't want something like that to completely pull you out of the moment.
Yeah.
But now we reinforce those straps. On the gear, you never know what could happen. Anyway,
after Joe Hendry, Roman Reigns was in there for quite a while. He was in there for 37 minutes, which is very long, actually. For Roman Reigns.
That complete, and that was the literal midway point. That was
Roman Reigns was like the first megastar honestly, in this match. Well, of potential winners for sure.
Yeah.
And then from 20 onwards, besides Dirty Dominic Mysterio, everyone was a banger. Like,
What are you talking? What the fuck are you talking about? Dirty Dominic's not a banger. Dirty Dominic, dude, he got some of the biggest heat. Dude is a fucking megastar.
But AJ Styles made a return. We had Braun Strowman, who obviously
we got one AJ. We got one AJ return. Not the AJ that was
not
teased.
the AJ you thought, yeah.
Not the AJ I thought, but we did get an AJ return.
But I guess the two big things to come out of this match is obviously CM Punk eliminating Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins from the match.
Oh, at the same time?
At the same time, which is...
And then getting immediately eliminated by Logan Paul.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, dude, and the aftermath of all that is...
Yeah, that was... Seth lost his mind. He gave a double...
Roman lost his mind. I mean, Roman lost his mind on Punk.
Yeah, like, he was shouting at him, asking... we
like,
literally teamed up a month ago, is what he kept saying to him.
Yeah. And then
the double stomp from Seth.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Dude, Seth hates Roman Reigns so much.
And I love that story. I love the fact that it's literally been telling this story now for 13 years.
Dude, I know, right?
Yeah,
hey, man,
that's
like,
incredible.
No one, you will not, if you've never been betrayed by a person you've called a brother, or an actual brother, you know, I've been shot by my brother. I was
Jesus
shot.
Christ.
Yeah, I was literally shot by my one brother. So I know what it's like to be betrayed. And you never shoot your brother. Yeah.
No, you don't.
I mean, yeah, you don't. I mean, it was laser tag, but it was but still, I still hold a grudge. I mean, I
That's
smashed.
the ultimate betrayal, honestly.
It is. It's the ultimate betrayal. You never shoot your brother. You never shoot your brothers.
Regardless of what kind of gun it is.
Regardless, yeah. Squirt gun, real gun, laser tag, but yeah. But I know that. I know that betrayal. I understand. So I feel that. Like I can 100%, because we lost that, because what happened was we lost that match. We lost that laser tag match because of that.
Because of him.
Because of him, yeah.
Do you still talk to your brother?
I mean, yeah, but with disdain and vitriol all the time.
Well, you're a better man than me. I see this maybe CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns situation. Only way I can see this resolving itself at this point is a triple threat at WrestleMania. I feel like all three of them are quite intertwined. Although at the same time, I don't know. I almost think we could have Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. We could have CM Punk win the Elimination Chamber and face Cody Rhodes. Obviously, we've got the John Cena situation. I don't know where that leaves John Cena. Do you see John Cena facing Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania?
Ooh.
I mean, it's a all-time all-star match. It's kind of a passing of the torch kind of match.
It's that. Oh. It's
because
really,
in my estimation,
can I see it? Yes. Can I see it?
Yeah,
yes.
of course.
Does it need to happen? I don't even know that it needs to happen. I don't know that. Does John Cena even need to have a 17 championship?
Well, you watched his promo on the press conference, right?
I did. He gave the whole
very
best.
Very different style promo for him, and I do think that we're going to be. The problem I see it with, right, is with Cena right now. He's white hot. Everyone loves John Cena. I think the problem you'll have with John Cena if he faces Cody Rhodes is that it's going to be detrimental to Cody Rhodes, and it's just going to get Cody Rhodes booed. And unless that's what you want out of this situation, and you want Cody to turn heel, I don't know if that's the best situation for you to be in. And I also don't know if it's the best situation for Cody to defeat John Cena at WrestleMania. It's going to be huge for Cody Rhodes, but
yeah,
I think the crowd's going to be 100% behind John Cena at that event. And I don't know if you want that, especially at WrestleMania, with a lot of new eyes watching every year. You don't want your biggest star being booed off the screen by someone from the past, basically.
I could see. Here's what I think. If I had to make a decision, I think I would rather see Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes.
Well, actually, yeah, that was my other way of going at it. I think you could have Jey Uso versus Cody, and
then
go
John
either way.
Cena
That's
versus
fine.
Gunther.
And I could see, and then John Cena's facing a heel.
John Cena's facing a heel Gunther. You've got real true. Not that we need to make it a nationalism thing, but like John Cena's more all American.
Yeah.
In a sense, in a truer sense than Cody Rhodes coming out in red, white, and blue all the time. Like,
yeah.
Cody Rhodes is all American propaganda. You know, he's got the alcohol. He's got the alcohol sponsorship. John Cena's got the Make-A-Wishes, and he is, never turned heel. I think he never turned heel. He was a heel, but he never turned.
He needs to face. If John Cena's facing a straight up heel like Gunther, for him to beat Gunther at WrestleMania, that's no problem. It's like cool.
That's
whatever.
no problem. That's a no brainer, and that's nothing.
Right.
And that doesn't. It gives John Cena his 17th championship, and it's the World Heavyweight Championship. So it brings more legitimacy to the world title in a way, right. Because John Cena, and it's a title that John Cena hasn't actually held, you know.
But it's not the way I see it going. Now, before we get to all this, can I just say that I nearly shed tears when I watched Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble. I did not think in a million years. I was asked, obviously everyone asks each other before the Rumble, who do you think is going to win the Rumble? My prediction was CM Punk. That was just who I thought was going to win. If you'd asked me who I wanted to win the Royal Rumble, my answer would have been Jey Uso. Right. I never would have said he thought he was going to win it because I never thought for a million years that he would. The fact that him and John Cena were the last two, all I thought in my head that this is going to be a great last two little moment here, but John Cena will ultimately win. Like, he's going to win. He's going to go to WrestleMania and face the champion. Against, and then it would have been him against whoever, whatever. But the fact that Jey Uso won the fucking Royal Rumble, Jey Uso, as you know, is the last 2 years running, actually, my favorite wrestler of the year in our Universal Top 12.
Yep.
And
consistently number one. He
is pretty much been my favorite wrestler for 2 years straight. He just won the fucking Royal Rumble, and I'm so motherfucking proud of that guy. And it's what a scene, what a fucking.
And if you
scene,
have
man.
Honestly, I don't even know who any of these people are that supposedly are complaining about. Like,
this is what
I don't even know that. I don't even know
because,
that they're not even. They can't be real people. Like,
because he won the Royal Rumble, and the place went crazy, and everyone was eating all over the place.
Yeah.
And then on Raw, they literally had to play his music twice because the crowd loved him so much.
The crowd went. If you have a problem with Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, and even if you have a problem with him potentially going against Gunther again, who he already lost to, just don't ever talk to me. Like, stop listening to this podcast, unfollow us, block me. You know, like there is just some really, really idiotic people saying stupid fucking shit.
People seem to forget about professional wrestling. It's like, yes, it's wrestling, but there comes a time and the people come along. Like, is Jey Uso the best wrestler? Is Jey Uso like a Daniel Bryan or a Bret Hart? No, but he is over as it gets, and that's as important, if sometimes not more important, in professional wrestling.
And he sells merchandise. He sells T-shirts and he sells sunglasses.
And that will be rewarded. Look at Hulk Hogan, for fuck's sakes.
No, let's not. But look at the character at the time period. Yeah, what the fuck are
yeah,
you guys
not a
talking
great
about? Hulk
wrestler,
Hogan
but
is a
over as
fucking
shit.
garbage wrestler. Hulk Hogan can't wrestle. Like, there's definitely more things. Well, and let's be perfectly honest. Hulk Hogan, the person who portrayed the character of Hulk Hogan in a wrestling ring actually can do a lot more than he ever did. If you look at AWA, old NWA
definitely.
stuff of
when he
him
when he
before,
was a heel as well.
that dude could work the ring. But
Yeah.
you know what? You don't need to do that. Wait, like there's a niche market for people that like that to a degree.
Yeah.
That's not part of the whole package. And if that's the only thing, if your only qualification of who you think is great is a level of technical proficiency in the ring and move sets and things like that, then I'm sorry, man. You're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself out of the enjoyment of other things.
Wrestling's been around for such a long time now that we've surely at this point we've all noticed that it doesn't have to all come down to how good you are in the ring. Jey Uso is a perfect example of that.
That shit bores the fuck out of me. After 5 minutes of arm bars and lockups and holds and reversals of shit and like, dude, those matches bore the fuck out of me. I don't care.
There's a time and a place in a match for those things, but
and if you dig
end
it,
of the
and
day,
if that's your thing. But to say that, like, to disparage what he has done in getting himself over, he's selling tickets. He's getting viewers.
He's definitely selling fucking merchandise. That's for sure.
He's selling merchandise. Like, what do you want? What else?
And,
what else?
And what does everyone else? I mean, everyone loves an underdog story, and Jey Uso is like, he's the tag
and you've
team
got
guy,
that,
and everyone's
and from a
always
guy
seen him
who
as the tag team guy.
Yeah, for a guy who constantly gets overlooked, underappreciated, was always told, "No, man, the spotlight isn't for you. You know, you're a tag team guy. You're one half of something. You're not the one."
Even worse is he's a twin. There's someone out there that looks just like him as well.
Dude, that you see those clips, from a couple of years ago, the early bloodline stuff with him versus Roman and him, going off about, wanting to set himself apart. He used to be, they used to get the which one are you, know, and they ain't doing that no more.
No, fuck no, they are not. No,
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's really nice to see that behind the scenes. We saw that behind the scenes video. I don't know if you've seen it, of when Jey Uso walks through the curtain.
Oh yeah, and Jimmy and Jacob are there.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see, like,
Jacob
Jimmy,
Fatu in a pink Yeet shirt.
Yeah, what scenes? But Jimmy, I really do wonder, like, legitimately, how Jimmy. I'm sure Jimmy is so happy and proud of his brother, but it's like it must be really weird for him, because it's like you've been at the same level as your brother for your whole career, and now suddenly your brother is getting all this fame and success, and you're not. It must feel very weird for him.
Competition between siblings is one thing as well. Competition between twins has to be an entirely different level, exponentially more complicated.
For sure.
I can only venture to guess that he must have all sorts of feelings, and I'm certain that they are going to make a storyline out of that. At some point.
Yeah.
I mean, of course we're going to get Jimmy versus Jey Uso at some point again.
And I think, and I definitely think that's a storyline worth revisiting, because the first time round, it was great, but I felt like it was a bit rushed, and it definitely could have dealt with more time.
Yeah, and you know what? I will say, Jimmy is getting his own flow. He's got his own killer theme song.
Just give him some time. Just give him. And he's got. That's a guy with a new theme that his music hits, and I know exactly who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy's gonna cook over there too, man. You know,
Yep.
Jimmy's gonna.
I'm really glad that he's on a different show as well, because if they were on the same show,
absolutely.
it would have been game over.
I want to see Jimmy Uso as United States champion. You know, he could pull that U.S. title at any point this year. I would say he should be.
Just build Jimmy up just the same on the other show, and like I would almost.
Why not?
If it was me, I'd build him up as a heel, as like you get the whole evil twin situation, right? In cartoons, this is a perfect moment to do that in real life. Have Jimmy Uso just strip himself back of all of the Uso-ness and just come out as this kind of not generic, but this very non-Uso, very non-Samoan looking guy.
Lean into Big J. You know, just lean into Big J and just I could see it. I could see so much. We need a whole other episode just to unpack this, and we'll get more into it next week for sure, because we'll have more time. Well, next week's episode, I don't even know what we're going to talk about next week. We'll probably just talk about anything.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to talk about. We're on the road to We're officially on the road to WrestleMania, so
yeah, man. Ooh. I mean, what's coming up next? What's coming up next? We've got Vengeance Day. Oh,
Vengeance
that's an NXT.
Next NXT, yeah.
NXT
and then
Vengeance Day
Elimination
is next.
Chamber is on the 1st of February.
Yeah. So
sorry, 1st of February, 1st of March.
1st of March. Yeah. So we got Vengeance Day. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know. We don't dig into NXT a lot. We haven't, but I think this year would be a good year to probably put some more focus on that, because there's so much going on, so much good stuff going on there. But yeah, we've got the Elimination Chamber coming up, so we definitely need to do a review of an old Elimination Chamber. It's been a while since we've done a review.
It has been a while since we've done a review.
We haven't done a review this year. We didn't do an old Royal Rumble. We unfortunately didn't have the time with everything going on in January. Yeah. So we've got that to look forward. We've got a review of Elimination Chamber. Shit. Hey, why don't we pick one right now? Why don't we go back to the Elimination Chamber and let's take a look? Let's see.
Are we going to do Elimination Chamber events, or are we going to do Elimination Chamber matches?
Ooh, that's a good question, because
the matches go back a lot further than the event itself. Because there are 14 previous Elimination Chamber events going all the way back to 2010. But the Elimination Chamber match, there have been, bear with me, there have been 34.
Ooh.
So I guess let's roll for a 34, because we could go all the way back to 2002 here, and whatever corresponding event that is, maybe we can watch that.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like the idea of, because I like reviewing a whole event other than just individual match.
All right, so maybe
oh shit, I gotta get some dice. Hold on. Whoa, I'm unprepared.
Yeah. I've got no dice anywhere near me, so this is all up to you. 34 is what we need to roll.
Oh, here they are. All right. So what, we've got 34? How did we figure? We figured this out. We figured out a way to do it with weird numbers.
Yeah.
There's 34 options, so we need to be able to. So let's see. We can't, and when we use multiple dice, we can never get ones. So we have to subtract. So for us to get,
I'll tell you what we will do.
Here's
roll.
Okay.
So the 34th and 33rd Elimination Chamber matches happened last year, and we don't want to do them because we've literally already reviewed them last year on this podcast.
That's true.
So we're gonna roll for 32.
So roll for 32, which means a D20 and a D10. Well, A D20, a D10 would give me 30. That's only the potential of 19, or that's only the potential of 29 options.
How about you roll 2 D20s and everything?
Oh, wait a second. I got an idea. All right, a D20 and a D12 gets us 32.
Yeah.
Now, if we that eliminates the ability for a 1.
Yeah, but that's okay because no, it's not. Yeah, that does eliminate the possibility for a 1.
For a number that eliminates the possibility for how do we add an additional 1 to this? Let's think. Let me hold on. There's gonna be a way. Hold on. Wait a second. 30. We need to come up with 32 options, right? The ability to have 32 options with a multiple of dice that eliminates the 1s. So if we have 4 dice, let's see if I can make this happen. D12, 2 D12s gives us 24. Yeah, here we go. I think I've got it. 2 D12s and a D10. Because this gives us 34, and then but the lowest number is 3.
Yeah.
So we minus so subtracting 2 to get 1 gives us 32. We've got it. See? 2D12 plus D10 plus 1 D10. This is for anyone if this is your first time listening to the podcast. I doubt it's anyone's first time listening to this podcast. We've only got but if it is, if by chance this is your first, we're also D&D nerds. So we like to add dice into our picking of things. So all right, so we've got, and we also like to make it overly complicated because ADHD, and and whatever you want to call it, because we're freaking weirdos. All right, 2D10, 2D12 plus 1D10. This roll goes out to Mark, Captain Mark, our old DM. Shout out to Captain Mark and the Boulette Club, Justin and Nitro. All right, here we go. You hear that?
Wait, is it possible to roll lower than a 10 here?
Sure. We get 1s.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, go ahead. I'm being an idiot.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah,
Keep rolling.
3. Okay. Oh, that one fell on the floor. Well, we got 1. We got a 2 and a 4. So we've got under 10. We've got 8. No,
8.
That's 7. 1, 2, and 4 is 7.
Cool. So we are watching No Way Out 2008.
Holy, all right.
I will really quickly though, because I am now living in the Netflix era. I need to double check that I have the ability to watch that match.
Yeah, what are we looking?
Event, sorry.
Yeah, I don't even know how.
Let me just make sure I can.
Maybe Peacock has it.
Hold on. I got it. You should have it, no problem. 2000.
No Way Out 2008. Did you say?
Yeah, you will not believe this. I've got 1998, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2004, 2005, and then it goes straight to 2009.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, they haven't uploaded that event yet. So,
well,
again.
Let's. All right, let's find or maybe there's an alternate way of viewing it.
Probably not. It's gonna be really hard to find an old event.
That's a good event too. We had Kane versus Shelton Benjamin, Chavo Guerrero versus CM Punk for the ECW championship. All right. Well, you know what? You said you have 2009, right?
I've got 2009. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that 4 just became a 5. because we can rewrite. I just looked at it again and realized that 4 was not a 4. That 4 is a 5. So here we are, 2009.
2009.
2009.
All right, let's have a look.
We can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. It's our
No Way Out,
podcast.
2009. So we've got Melina. No, it's a dark match. We've got Triple H versus The Undertaker versus Edge versus Jeff Hardy versus Big Show versus Vladimir Kozlov for the
In the
WWE
Elimination Chamber for
Championship.
the WWE Championship. Oh, there was 2
We got-
Elimination Chamber matches.
That's right. We got Shane McMahon versus Randy Orton.
Oh, shit. I know which
in a
one this
no-holds
is.
barred match.
We know which one this is,
We do?
right? Isn't this the one? Wait a second. Edge, Jeff Hardy. Is this the one where...
Where what?
Yeah. Look at the match. Triple H versus Undertaker, Edge, Jeff Hardy, Big Show, and Vladimir Kozlov. And then the other one is Edge, Rey Mysterio, John. This is the one where Edge loses his championship in the first Elimination Chamber and then beats up Kofi Kingston on his way in and takes his spot and wins the second Elimination Chamber match.
Damn, okay.
Spoilers, but this happened.
But hey,
this
it
is
happened
2009. It's not like
20
it's
years
not
ago.
like yeah.
So we got Randy Orton.
Fuck
Shane
yeah!
McMahon
I'm glad.
in a no-holds barred match.
I'm so glad we cheated. That 4 became a 5.
Jack
can't wait to
Swagger
watch.
versus Finley for the ECW Championship, and Shawn Michaels versus JBL for in a all or nothing singles match.
All or nothing. Oh
Yeah, if JBL wins, he has to be the permanent. Shawn Michaels has to be the permanent employee of JBL. If Shawn Michaels wins, he is released from his employment with JBL.
yeah.
Weird
there's
storyline.
That's a
Fucking weird
storyline that we'll probably have to.
Never remember.
Well, the fourth match was an all or nothing match between Shawn Michaels and John Bray, where they don't really tell you. I'm sure there'll be a package that
they will explain that. All.
Oh, here we go. Another rivalry from Raw brand heading into No Way Out was between Shawn Michaels and John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, at WWE's December pay-per-view Armageddon. Michaels was engaged in a narrative in which he announced that he was in need of money to support his family, and hence had agreed to work for JBL.
Shawn Michaels was in need of money.
Yeah, this is 2009. JBL began using Michaels to help him become the World Heavyweight Champion, but all of Michaels' efforts failed. On February 2009 episode of Raw, JBL challenged Michaels to a match at No Way Out, stipulating that should Michaels win, he would be freed from JBL's employment with all of the money JBL had promised him. But if Michaels lost, JBL would have gained ownership of Michaels' name and likeness. So he was going to take his intellectual property, like he would own. This is peak like JBL entrepreneur, oil tycoon, giant hat,
Yeah.
like
No, I'm going to own Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, this is
literally.
The storylines are of the time, and it was a weird time in 2009 too. It's a weird time everywhere. Professional wrestling is a mirror of society. We know this.
How about some shout-outs? This is a long
Yeah,
episode.
man. Holy shit. Yeah, let's wrap this up. Oh shit, I'm on a new computer. I got to do my shout-outs from my notes. Shout out to Wikipedia. Support Wikipedia. That is where we get most of the information. Also, shout out Wikipedia. We need to get some Wikipedia pages for some of these other referees. They are without their own Wikipedia pages, and it is a travesty of justice. Shout out to Al at 2K and Kaylee at 2K UK. WWE 2K25. Pre-order now the WWE 2K25 Bloodline Edition. Become head of the table with WWE 2K25 the Bloodline Edition. Celebrate Roman Reigns and the Bloodline's ruthless dominance of WWE with Bloodline Edition bonus pack, WrestleMania 21 or WrestleMania 41 pack, season pass, and more. The Bloodline Edition includes the Bloodline Edition bonus pack, My Faction Persona card, Mattel Elite Collection Greatest Hits Roman Reigns, My Faction Persona card, Mattel Elite Series 114 Jey Uso, the Island Cosmetics for PS5 only. Family Above All hoodie, OTC shirt, Yeet tank top, and Yeet sunglasses. You also get the WrestleMania 41 pack, WrestleMania 41 Arena, My Faction Persona card, new playable superstars to be announced. WrestleMania main event number 1 and number 2 to be announced. The Rock Nation of Domination pack, My Faction Persona card, the Rock Nation of Domination, not available for individual purchase. The only way you can get it is through this. You get a ringside pass for season pass, 5 post-launch DLC character packs, and Supercharger. If you Superstar Mega Boost, My Rise Boost, and 100K virtual currency. You also get the Deadman Edition bonus pack, My Faction Persona card, Undertaker 90. Persona card, Mattel Elite Collection Greatest Hits, Undertaker. A usable urn.
What?
This is on the 2K25. You can www.2k.com/2k25/buy. It says usable urn. Brother Love Manager. I think it's usable. I think it's
in the
in-game usable.
Right.
You don't get a
bit
physical.
more
You don't get a
sense
physical
than actual
urn
usable
to
yeah.
put your. I think
you
it's
were, carry on.
Yeah, Brother Love Manager, the Island Cosmetic for PS5 only, Undertaker 95 mask. You also get the Wyatt 6-pack, My Faction Persona cards, Uncle Howdy, Dexter Loomis, Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and the Island Cosmetics for PS5 only, Uncle Howdy mask and Nikki Cross mask, plus 15,000 virtual currency. And on top of all that, you pre-order WWE 2K25 now, Bloodline Edition, and you get the WWE 2K24 Standard Edition digital, the digital edition only. You can, if you did not, after all of the year of us promoting WWE 2K24, if you did not pick it up before, you can now pre-order WWE 2K25 now and get the digital copy of 2K24. Pre-order bonus offers available through March 13th, 2025. Digital copy of WWE 2K24 will be automatically entitled to the platform account used to pre-order 2025. There it is. There's all the other things. And some others.
Damn.
Yeah, so get it out there. Check it out. WWE.2K.com/2K25/buy. Just search WWE. Just search WWE 2K25 pre-order and you'll find it. It's got a great Bloodline graphic.
Yeah, that Bloodline cover is great.
Go do it. Go do it now, man. Do it now and tell them that Punks Talk Wrestling told you. So that can we said to Yeet. You got to do it. Do it for us.
What about our shout-outs?
Oh, shout out to ourselves. Patreon.com/punkstalkwrestling. That's where, if you would like to support the podcast, interact with us on social media, Instagram and Threads at Punks Talk Wrestling, YouTube.com/Punks Talk Wrestling. Email us at punkstalkwrestling@gmail.com. So yeah, shout out to us, ourselves. Just glad to be back, man.
Hell yeah, glad to be back. What an episode.
Yeah, it's only been a week in episodes, but it's been a month for us. We filmed. We recorded all of those January episodes at the beginning of the month before I tour with the Rumors. Also, shout out to the Rumors. Yeah, check them out. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love them if you like rock and roll. I think that's about it.
I think that's it.
Oh yeah, shout out to myself once again. The Long Way, RW Hellborn's Long Way, the first solo single, available streaming everywhere that you can stream stuff. It's a really positive song. It's a pep talk. You know, got a good feel. It'll make you feel good if you listen to it. It'll make me feel good if you listen to it.
It's a feel-good song. It does. It's a feel-good song.
Is that it? Are we done?
I think we're done.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
All right.
I just checked, and I'm sure.
Double check. Yeah, I'm looking at my watch, tapping.
Just checked with myself, and I'm sure.
You checked yourself before
Yeah.
you wrecked yourself.
I'm not going to be wrecking myself anytime
Yeah,
soon.
no,
so,
probably not. You should.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, good.
We're
All
done.
right,
Right, bye. See ya. Bye.